Hello everybody, I am back with another vlog, which is gonna be on a bit of a different tone, because I'm not just gonna take you around to do touristy stuff, but also share my, for the time being, settled life in Koh Phangan. So today is the first day of a dance workshop that I'm taking. It's the March 13th, is it? Yes, Wednesday. And so I have chosen this class because of its title. Basically, it's called Dancing with Fears. So one of the reasons why I'm on this journey is basically because I have observed myself to be quite fearful lately of having a lot of anxiety, and I think being trapped in this comfort zone and getting smaller and smaller every day. So I wanted to get out of that vibration and to throw myself out there of the life that I actually dream of. So it has been a dream of mine to come here to Koh Phangan, like from way 2019, and it has taken a minute for me to be here. Also, I have not been out of Turkey, which is where I live, for the past 4 years, and wow, it feels so nice to be surrounded by people who you have a conversation with, and they're like, where's your hometown? And you ask, and they're like, this is my hometown, but I haven't been home in the past like this many years. Every single person I meet kind of shows me that it is a possibility to be able to make it as you're traveling. I think I've lost that faith in, well, basically the trust in life, and since I've been here, this has been the theme, like trusting that. I mean, I'm gonna use this like kind of spiritual, maybe like cliche words, like the universe is actually supporting you. And this has been an understanding of mine when I started doing yoga, which is, it has like turned tables around for me, because I thought life was like almost pretty much all the time against me. And when I get into that mindset, that's what just happens, you know? I can't really be present, and I get lost in my head. I'm a very heady person, overthinker. Motorbikes, right? All the time. I am now in my kitchen as I continue telling the story of trust as a concept for me this whole trip. Like, it first started in Bangkok when I went to the temple, and I think you guys, if you have seen the Bangkok vlogs, if you haven't, go watch them, that this man has gifted me like a little pouch and a postcard and a Buddha. Oh, I remember to like take it with me now. He said, put it in your car, and I was like, I don't have a car, but now I have a bike, so I'm gonna put it in my bike to protect me. He celebrated my Chinese New Year and then gifted me these things, and I just was like looking for malice in this scenario. I was like, what is he like? I'm sure he's gonna want something from me. Like, I just simply couldn't trust the fact that he was gifting me stuff. And now I come onto the island and I have people supporting me with like getting me a motorbike and finding housing for me and hearing out my needs, and as a surprise, like things that I need show up at my door. Like, it has been all supportive people around me, and like I can trust that it is safe. So this is it for now. I am curious to embark on this journey of dancing with fears, and I can dig deeper into the fear element that has been ruling my life and how wonderful it feels to look at it in the face and just see it lose its power. Yeah. Once you look fear in the eye, I think, this doesn't have to be like major things. Like, we have all these tiny fears that gives us anxiety, and so how can I choose trust over fear? Yeah. So, one of the fears that I have faced is riding this guy. I think it's a guy. I want it to be a guy. So I have this fear of the motorbike. I like could see myself, I was avoiding it. I could simply go to a bike renting place, but I avoided it. I asked for like a taxi ride. I avoided renting my own scooter and driving around because I had this fear around it. So that fear was rooted in the fact that I fell off my bicycle a bunch of years ago. I think it's a year and a half, almost 2 years by now. And on that bicycle accident, I lost control of the wheel. There are ingredients into that whole story, but I have broken my bone and it took me a long time to heal. So I just was kind of going through that scenario in my head. So I realized that I had some healing to do of that fall, that I could like feel it in my body. And so I was riding in the back of some hitchhikes and some friends and some taxi drivers, and so I kind of eased myself into being in that environment that I fear, but not necessarily completely taking control in that moment. So I eased myself through the help and trust and comfort of other people, and then I felt this urge to be free on the bike myself. And at one point I was like, I can't be relying on other people. Like, I need to take control of my own life, my own decisions, and I want the responsibility. Like, I'm ready to take on that responsibility of being behind the wheel. So yeah, my bike arrived thanks to a friend who has delivered to my door. Yeah, and I think it was just the idea. I sat on that bike. It's fine. I totally forgot how to even work it, but it's okay, you learn it quickly. And just took off and came back, and I was like, okay, I feel confident. Then I prepared like a short trip, discovery trip to like a corner market and back, and then to the fruit shop and back, and then like a 10-minute ride to a beach that I haven't before. So the first two places that I had walked before, but now this time I was making the distance bigger, so going into a place that I haven't before, have the motivation and excitement to do so, watch the sunset, go swimming. And you have to face the fears, because it's not as big as you imagined things in your head. The reality is always less scary than what you have imagined it would be. That's the key point. And we need to train our brains to get comfortable in that experience, moving despite the fear, choosing to trust over and over again. This is the work, at least for me, at least for right now. And thanks, guys. We'll continue with the topic, and as the class continues, my workshop, I want to share my experiences. I don't know if I will be able to record any footage because it's like such a private practice, I think. I don't want to expose people or without their permission or have like a camera around, but we'll see what happens. Wow, 20-minute bike ride, and I'm changing from beach mode to workshop dance mode, and I'm gonna change. I arrived at the source and the space looks amazing. The shala is beautiful and the space is looking over to beautiful greenery. Catch up with you guys later. So I'm out of the workshop and it was amazing. We'll talk about it later. But I wanted food and this is where I find myself. Waffles with sausage and some coconut waffle. And I had some chicken. And I'm going back to get some more because it was amazing. Ooh. Good day, good night. Amazing. What else can I ask for? I got my grapes, I got my chicken, and I'm ready to head back home. Oh, get some 7-Eleven frizzy drink. Oof, it's in my face. And yeah. Ready to call it a day. See you guys catching up with whatever is happening. couple things about the workshop Dancing with Fears and how the 2 days were. So the entire workshop was basically taking that first step into something that you fear. So the workshop obviously evolved around contact improvisation, and a lot of the fears that we brought into that space were in the context of that. And I would like to share some of those fears that we mutually shared. So there was a fear of being seen, fear of going into the space, fear of being rejected, fear of initiating a dance and that being misunderstood, fear of your partner not enjoying the dance, fear of your partner being bored, and fear of not being enough for your partner, or the fear of dancing with who you think is the most advanced dancer or like a dancer, and fear of not being a dancer in the first place, and what you do being ugly, and what else? I mean, we ended up doing a performance on the end of the second day, and we gathered all together around a tray of beautiful fruits that we all cut and brought into the space and then prepared. And we decided what we were gonna do. There was a film screening, and then we've done the performance, and for me it was a nice experience in the sense that I was feeling comfortable enough to be present in what I was doing. The performance actually did not turn out the way we planned it. So there was supposed to be like 3 solos, and then a person went into the dance when someone had a solo. We were in a circle setup during the performance, and I actually wanted to really, as I promised myself, to put myself out there, so I went into the circle. And this one girl, she was out loud voicing her own experience, but she was saying things like, I don't know how to dance with her, this is awkward, I don't know what to do with her, like saying all these things that I actually took upon myself. And I was like, oh my god, like this is the worst that can happen. And I'm in this situation where I'm in this performance, there are people come to see us perform, and there are the participants of my workshop group that are watching. I'm in this circle where I am more visible and seen, and these are all fears anyway, and I'm trying to like ease my heartbeat, regulate my breathing, and trying to just be in that moment of taking a step into the fear and becoming okay with it. And actually, you know what happens when it's not what you planned it to be? What happens if everything that you fear happens? Like nothing. It was okay. Like I could be in it. I could kind of say, this is what is happening. And if I'm not judging myself, I mean, I judge myself so much, and I think it's why I'm so fearful of putting myself in many circumstances. It's that, like, if I'm not judging myself, and in that moment I was allowing for things to be as they were being. And it was so nice to just be able to hold space for shit to be awkward, shit to be making me feel like excited and nervous at the same time, not knowing what's gonna happen the second after you are experiencing it. So I wanna end this episode with some questions like, what if we don't attach so much to the story of what the fear is telling us? What happens if we try and befriend the fear? What happens if we have a lighter attitude towards what the fear is trying to show us? One of the participants said maybe fear is there to show us a need, so one step behind that fear could be potentially a need that is not being met. So is it possible to take a look at that? Look into your fear in the eye and just say, I see you, but I'm gonna just keep dancing while I see you. I think this is the best we all can do in life. One thing is allow fear to unite us rather than separate us. Well, wars happen because of fear. So what happens if we choose to do it other way around? United around our fears and hold space for both your own and other people's fears, because they all show us so much about our human experience that we all share. Like every human is going through what you're going through. You're not this one snowflake that has only this experience. I'm coming to understand this more and more. We're all sharing this together. Alright, this is enough. I hope this is audible. See you on the next episode's vlog.